What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a story time for y'all that I think you're going to enjoy. I haven't done a story about an emo kid in quite some time, but a subscriber ended up sending in this story how this emo kid basically challenged the entire school to combat in the lunchroom, which, you know, is pretty brazen, especially for the kids that are supposed to be quiet. Regardless, I figured it would make a funny video, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. But before we do, press the like button or no joke, no scam. This is going to happen to you, and you don't want that to happen. So yeah, press it, press it, press it.
Nice racking her ass Brazilian. Just turned 21, but my bank's a million. Swear I'm a little.
Alright guys, what's going on? As y'all know, emo kid story times are a bit of a tradition here. I personally don't have any left from my life, but thankfully someone ended up sending one in. Basically though, I guess there's this group of emo kids at this dude's school that for some reason feel the need to like create this dynamic that the entire school is really against them and they have to rebel and fight back all the time. The only problem is literally nobody cares that they're emo or that like they exist at all. It literally doesn't interrupt anyone's day. It doesn't bug them at all. Like, you know, the teacher would walk outside and they would be like huddled up in the hallway during the school hour and they would be like, hey, why aren't you guys in class? And they would turn that into, the teachers are against us, trying to disrupt our group from being together because they know we're poo, either one of those would work, poo powerful together. They were about as powerful as poo, you know what I mean? Like, they really thought for some reason the school had it out to make sure that they couldn't organize because they were too strong as an emo collective. They would, like, pick fights with everybody all the time. And anyways, the leader of their little group, I'm gonna name Jeremy for the purpose of this video because that just feels fitting. And Jeremy was kind of the reason that this group was super aggressive and took everything incredibly personally, you know, like this guy would basically get everybody all hyped up. Yeah, when kids, you know, kind of are afraid of us in the hallway, it's because they think down on us. It's like, no, it's because you guys had a reputation for stealing stuff out of people's backpacks. And that's what he would do too. He would convince them that like they should steal from people's backpacks because it would teach them a lesson. Like he was just kind of organizing this emo group into a little squad of kids angry at the world just running around causing mayhem. And Jeremy, you know, was also under the impression that no matter what situation he found himself in, that his little group of emo kids would back him up till the end of time. So he was always very cocky about like starting things with people, fighting with people, that type of stuff, because he felt like he had this little army with him all the time. And anyone would feel way tougher if you had a group of like 18 people standing behind you to back you up. I think even Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson would be a little bit concerned if like 20 kids shopping at Hot Topic attacked him at once. Yeah, one by one, it's no problem, but if there's a horde of them, it's like zombies, dude. Eventually, it just catches up with ya. Anyways, on this particular instance, the subscriber had a class with Jeremy, and, you know, they weren't even in a group project. They weren't even in a situation where either of them was sharing. I guess the way that the subscriber had walked into class, you know, and like, apparently glanced at Jeremy was disrespectful. So when they got out into the hallway after class, Jeremy pulls him aside and was like, you need to apologize to me right now. And obviously, this dude really doesn't know what he's talking about because he didn't give him a dirty look. So he just kind of looks at him and goes, hey man, I'm not going to apologize. I didn't do anything, but like, good luck. And when he does that, Jeremy, of course, feels very disrespected. And he's like, dude, if you have a problem with me, then like, we need to talk about it right now. We're going to fight this out now or we're going to fight it out later. You pick and choose. And obviously the subscriber really doesn't know what this dude's on about. He didn't give him a dirty look. He doesn't have any reason to be arguing with this dude right now. And so he looks at him and says, then I guess we'll fight about it later. And Jeremy smiles in the cringiest way possible, dude, literally thinking he's in an anime. Put like his knuckles into his palm, you know, punched his palm and was like, excellent, then it's a battle. Which, like, listen, bro, you can be emo and not be cringe, you know? If somebody says that they'll fight you later, it doesn't mean that you should be like, hello, sensei, combat will appear. I don't feel like anime and emo necessarily is even related. I feel like most anime characters, if anything, are like a little over-the-top joyous on most occasions. Yes, I know everyone in the comments gonna be like, oh, what about this one depressed character? Congratulations, it's just a general view of anime, bro. Anyways, the subscriber that sent this in happened to be a part of a group of kids at the school that was a majority of the school's population. The school's not in a big city or anything, so he was like a farm kid, you know, he lived on a farm. Nothing wrong with that. Respect to all you farmers. Growing food is hard. You know how it is. I don't know how it is, but if you're a farmer, you know how it is. Regardless, in the lunchroom that day, the subscriber was just trying to mind their business, eat their lunch, because, like, nobody actually wants to fight the horde of emo kids. It is kind of the group effect. You're not trying to 1v40 in any situation. But sure enough, Jeremy walks over, and he has his little group of gremlins behind him, all hot topicked up, you know, like, ugh, look at me. My parents make me really mad when they drop me off in their minivan. And he's like, hey man, are we gonna have a problem? And obviously, he's not sitting with every farm kid in the school because, like, they weren't grouped up like that. And he says, no, I don't want to have a problem. But this is where Jeremy messed up. He just starts going in, screaming at this dude, roasting him. It's not a giant lunchroom because it wasn't a ginormous school. So obviously, people kind of turn and start paying attention. And the one thing that he decides to lay into this dude about, out of all of them, is how he's a stupid hick who lives on a farm. And, you know, he's obviously uneducated. He's got to be stupid, like, blah, 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 blah. Just going in on him for the fact that, you know, he lives like a country lifestyle. That felt so cringe to say, but you guys know what I mean. Being like, anyone who lives in the country's stupid, you know, like making fun of his accent, just that type of stuff. And the problem with doing that is there's a lot of the school that happens to be in the same circumstances. Like, he's in a pretty rural place. So a lot of the kids kind of come over and are like, what's your problem, dude? Like, why do you have an issue with this guy? And the rest of his group is kind of not looking as enthusiastic to be behind him right now. It's almost like they were kind of like uncomfortable with the way he was laying into this dude. And so he's kind of like, yeah, and I'll say it again, all of you guys are stupid hicks. Like, he just kind of starts going in on everybody who's kind of gathered around to defend this dude. And that's obviously not the best choice in this decision because, you know, the only reason no one had kind of taught these kids a lesson is because no one wants to fight 15 emo kids. But when you have, like, 15 people on your side, the odds aren't so scary anymore, bro. It's not like emo kids are known for their excellent combat skills. Like, emo karate camp is not something that they love to get down to, dude. The closest they've had to combat training is, like, jumping around in the pit at a Warp Tour. Anyways, he's like, I'm not afraid of any of you. All of you can fight me. We can take all of you. Which obviously gets a few more people involved because it's like, all right, bro. Now you're just kind of going crazy. Obviously, at this point, you're kind of asking for it. And what's really interesting is that's when the first people in his group start to be like, I'm kind of okay with this. They look at him and they go, I don't want to do this. And they walk off. And there's still a lot of them there. You know, it's probably about even still, I would say. But, like, the rest of them also don't look any more hyped about this situation. Very few of them look enthusiastic at that point. Like, literally none. And he starts berating the kids that are leaving, saying, like, you guys are idiots. You don't understand what you're doing. Like, you're gonna go back up these hicks. That's crazy of you. And that makes a few more of them go with the other group and be like, nah, dude, you can't talk to them. They didn't do anything other than not want to fight with you. You can't talk to them like that. So obviously this iron hold he had on his little emo kid collective is going down. And at that point, he makes probably the worst decision he could make in this. Instead of backing down and realizing he wasn't going to win this, he decides to just start the fight instead. Alright guys, I'm going to interrupt the video for just 1 second. If you take a look at your screen now, you'll see a gift card. For those of you that don't know, I give one of these away in every single video I post on this channel as a thank you to everyone who's subscribed with those notifications on. So if you're not already subscribed, turn on those notifications because I give away free money. And yeah, I'll get back to the video now. Thanks. He just starts swinging on the first dude that he was mad at, right? And at that point, this guy is done. He's just gonna defend himself. So he basically starts hitting Jeremy back. And it was almost like Jeremy didn't realize that that's the rule of a fight, is that people are allowed to hit you back. Because he literally goes, what are you doing? And he goes, fighting you. Like, he literally asked the dude hitting him back what he's doing because he just didn't expect it. And at that point, the guy uses, he's a little bit bigger than Jeremy, uses his size to, like, grab him and pick him up and, like, body slams him down, right? And Jeremy, instead of being like, okay, I'm done, you know, I lose, decides to get back up, which I've got to give him credit for, dude. You know, all things considered, very cringe, but if you get body slammed to get back up, I do have to give you a little bit of an inch of credit. And instead of, you know, realizing that when he gets back up, he should probably just walk away, keep what very little of his dignity is there, he decides that he's going to double down and channel his strength. And the only reason we know that is because he announced it out loud. Apparently, he thought that somehow if he announced it out loud, it would, like, make it more powerful. So he gets up, looks at the guy he's fighting who just body slammed him and goes, I will return. I have to regain my strength. And like backs up a couple feet and starts going, like he's charging up a power attack, bro. And listen, power attacks are not real. I mean, I'm sure they're real, but they're not like that. You're not gonna summon the power of the spirit of a dragon. Do you know what I mean? This is not Avatar. You're not about to have like a flashback to all the warriors of your past lives that are gonna teach you a secret new move that's gonna help you in combat, dude. Like, it's just not a cartoon. But whatever, he kind of regains his strength, and then instead of, during that moment of channeling his strength, rethinking it at all, he just decides once again to charge at the dude who just body slammed him. And obviously, he's pretty ready for it, and Jeremy slams into him. It pushes him back maybe like a foot, but at that point, he has him like in his arms now, and they're kind of wrestling. And Jeremy starts doing what I can only assume you would call the fish wriggle, you know, just trying to get out of his arms, and he's like, get off, get off! And the kid's just like holding on to him because he doesn't want to get attacked again. He gave him a chance to, you know, get away after he body slammed him, and he just ran back at him, so he doesn't want to like let him go and get kicked in the face. And at that point, he can see the teachers that are coming over, right? Like they're walking towards them, blowing their whistles, telling them to break it up. So he just decides that he's going to hold on to them until then. And so the teachers get over there and they're breaking everybody up and they're looking at him, holding him. And at this point, Jeremy has pushed them onto the ground like he had been freaking out, you know, while they were standing. And so he's holding him kind of on his back, like you would hold a little baby. And he's still freaking out. He's like, let go of me, let go of me. And the teachers are like, what's going on? And the kid he's fighting goes, dude, I don't know. He just won't stop. Like, I keep telling him to calm down and he keeps trying to fight me. So in front of everybody, this dude is literally being held down by like a little baby by the dude he started a fight with. And the teachers start telling him to calm down. He's like, no, I'm not going to calm down. I refuse to lose. And so everyone's like, dude, you already lost. Like, it's over. It's over. You can't win this. Like, you lose. And he just refuses to accept it, dude. He keeps swearing he's gonna fight, to the point where the teachers come up and they kind of like pull him off the other dude and like pull him out of the lunchroom. And the entire time he was screaming about how like he's gonna get revenge, you know, which he never did, spoiler alert. But I will say, like, the entire time he really deluded himself into thinking that at any moment he was about to have the anime breakthrough and somehow miraculously he was going to win this fight. That's not even having anything to do with emo kids. I'm surprised that, like, the group went along as far as they did. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, most of them ended up backing down and didn't end up fighting with him at all. And once combat really broke up, they really did not fight with him, dude. But he challenged the entire school to combat and at no moment went, I might lose this. Like, even the cockiest person on the planet has to realize that your odds are not fantastic in a brawl, because it's just a coin flip at that point. Like, even if you're a great fighter, what if your friends suck, and then it's like a 1v9? I don't know, dude, especially with the group of emo kids. They're just not combatants, bro. You gotta know your group. Like, listen, if you're at the bar with your friends that are all MMA fighters, you're probably pretty well equipped to know no one's gonna mess with you. But your odds are a little less good of not being messed with if you're a group of kids that, like, just hate your life. Especially when all the people start coming over, you're calling them stupid and uneducated, and you're, like, for no reason, just coming for all their throats. I don't know why you wouldn't rethink that at any point. But hey, whatever, it made a better story time because he didn't. As for, like, the fallout of these little situations, obviously he was made fun of pretty bad after this, and he even ended up getting in, like, another fight a couple days later with another one of the guys who had been like, yeah, do you take back what you said? And, of course, you know, him being him, he decided, no, I don't take back what I said. I didn't learn my lesson the first time that y'all beat me up. And the second time, he ended up getting suspended for like 3 weeks because, you know, you come back from suspension from a fight, get in another fight, the second one is always worse. So, you know, obviously just not the best leader of the emo army of all time. But by the time his first fight had happened, like the little group around him that he had been using to, you know, terrorize the school had kind of disbanded and kind of realized that he was nuts and just probably not worth listening to. So in a weird way, they're kind of grateful that he did it. You know, the school had a lot less problems after that situation. So all in all, I guess it was a positive that this dude tried to fight the entire school. You gotta love the confidence, dude. If this was ancient Rome, he would have been like an emperor. Not a good one. He would have gotten destroyed the first battle he got, but he would have been one. You know, he would have been like, oh, let's go to war. Yeah, the army's 80 times our size. I don't care. They would have gotten wiped out, but he would have been there. I'm just wondering how a group started following him in the first place, bro. Like, this is the same thing, the same vibe as when a cult leader gets started. You're like, all right, I understand cults are bad, but who was listening to this dude in the first place, man? Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate you taking a second to press the like button and let me know in the comment section down below what you thought. If you don't mind commenting Emo Kid down below, I'd really appreciate it. It just helps the video do better. You know, I would appreciate the video doing better. Other than that, you can check out the intro song. Link will be down below, along with a link to my podcast, The Scuffed Cast. And of course, if you're going to get G Fuel, you should use code SCRUBBY at the checkout. It's a great way to get a discount, and you get G Fuel. And yeah, other than that, it's Halloween time. You guys know what that means. You should get the Halloween merch. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Halloween merch. Whew, isn't it fantastic? On your screen now, it's incredible. And I actually had one more announcement. Cyrus and I, the YouTuber you guys probably know, we're making a channel together where we're going to be making scary content. I will put a link in the description too, and I will pin a comment from that channel. So, yeah, go check it out. We just posted the first video. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. But on that note, guys, that'll do it. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.